Hey, what is up guys? It's Brotherhood HQ back with a new analysis of Assassin's Creed Origins. If you guys didn't already, watch my previous upload, the update video, to see where I've been and what's going on with the channel. If you don't care about that and you're someone new, then don't watch it if you don't care. Anyway, we got some brand new gameplay out of nowhere again, of a side quest this time. It is 18 minutes long, but I'll try to cut it down when there are parts that aren't super interesting or if there's nothing new. From what we see in this new gameplay, Ubisoft definitely has listened to our criticism and feedback. The blood has been improved, the animations look better, and the game just looks better overall. But instead of just talking about it here, why don't I actually show you the gameplay? Now, I will go into some of the details, but mainly I'm here to talk about the actual gameplay that we see, not just like the story of the side quest, but I will talk about it a little bit like as we go. Our first shot in game, we see Bayek with Senu perching on his arm, and then we get to see his camel mount, which I'm definitely going to be using as my primary mount. Then we get a better look, and Ashraf, the game director, says this is indeed in Giza, and we can see the Great Pyramids off in the distance and nearby. We then see our first cutscene in the demo as Bayek investigates a body that he states is wearing Greek clothing. Then Bayek gets knocked out by someone, and the same guy whose body we were investigating wakes us up. We find out that the guy was robbed, and Bayek sends off to find the thieves following some horse tracks. We do see Senu in use again, but not much is different. It's just like the previous gameplay, so let's just skip ahead. We then see that Bayek enters what is called an investigation area, where you must search for clues in the area to complete the investigation, which reminds me of the Arkham games a lot. We see Bayek use the Animus Pulse, which marks some clues in the area as he approaches a kid. Now, Bayek has spoken to the kid, who Bayek suspects is hiding something. Here, Ashraf said something very interesting, which I think is an awesome and very welcome change.
The investigation area.
Yep.
But generally, in old Assassin's Creeds, when you left an area of interest, sometimes that would prompt you to return or go back. Is that not the case this time?
No, we've because we're going with a quest structure, because we have a world that's really alive and big, we wanted to make sure that all the frictions of you've left a zone or you've been detected, these are not conditions that fail quests or missions.
So now we have confirmation that unlike most of the previous games, things like being detected or leaving a mission area will no longer fail the mission. An example he gives is, let's say you are doing the quest that's in this video, but a target from a different quest is nearby. You can leave to go after him and come right back to this quest, and no progress will be reset at all. So, Bayek spoke to another kid who says that they hid the notes that the Greek guy was searching in a pyramid for someone named Anta, and Bayek heads off to the pyramid. We can see just how massive this pyramid is, and Ashraf states that this is the smallest of the Great Pyramids, so one can only imagine what it's like to climb the largest one. We then see Bayek enter the tomb, and as he walks in, it gets darker and he pulls out a torch. Ash then states that torches are not unique to pyramids and tombs, so you can pull it out any time during the game, and you can even drop it on the ground and use it to light your arrows, and you can even fight with it. We then, once again, see the inventory menu, and not much is different from last time either. This then leads to another cutscene. We then find out that the kids are being forced to steal for the bandits, and that Anta has been kidnapped by the bandits, and the bandits will only give her back if the children keep stealing for them. So Bayek sets off to go to the bandit camp. Now, Bayek has reached the camp, and we see a sandstorm coming, and Ash says it is not scripted to be there. The world is alive and dynamic. Bayek then aims his bow at a bandit, and we can see that it telegraphs the amount of damage you will do, and that headshots do much more damage, which plays in with the hitbox damage that's in the combat. We do then see a leap of faith, which of course is in the game. It's not Assassin's Creed without it. Then, we see that Bayek has the ability to fire his bow and arrow even while in cover, in this case in a haystack, surprising his enemy. We then see a nice stealth assassination animation as Bayek is inside the camp. We then see one of many skills that you can earn where Bayek lands a headshot and afterwards gets slow motion to aid him in getting another headshot. We see the same ability being used again, killing one guy, but instead of landing another headshot, he shoots at a pot of oil that is next to a fire, which lights the guy on fire. We then hear Ash say that even though he's doing stealth, every location is designed to be playable with any playstyle. So you can do ranged, stealth, or go in killing everyone with your sword.
Ups and locations, you see that we really try to reinforce all the different playstyles. Here we use verticality for either archery reasons or for stealth reasons.
Stealth, yeah, but you
Nothing stops.
you can just run in here swords ablazing if you want to, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Every location is set up to support ranged combat, melee, or stealth.
Bayek then finds Anta, who turns out to be a dog and not a person, and Bayek follows her anyway. Here, Ashraf states that in old locations such as tombs, you can find these old stelas containing old knowledge that grants you an ability point, so that is one of the ways that you can earn ability points. We then see some new combat gameplay, and from what we see here, animations, at least to me, definitely look a lot better from the first gameplay demo that we got at E3. Ashraf talks about how the combat is revamped and is hitbox based, meaning you have to take into account the range of your weapon and where you're hitting and such things like that. We also see the blood is improved, there's a lot more of it, it looks a lot more visceral. The blood actually stays on the ground, which is awesome, because Syndicate had some issues with that. We fast forward a bit and we see Bayek following Anta, and then we get some beautiful looking shots of the desert and all the pyramids in the distance. We then find out there is a bandit horseman who is the biggest of them all, and took Anta from the kids, so Bayek decides to go after him. Ashraf states that just like most of the NPCs, the target has his own schedule. During the day, he terrorizes citizens around the pyramids and stays out there roaming, but at night he sleeps in the cave Bayek was just in recently, so you can go and assassinate him in his sleep by meditating in the cave to pass time, switching it from daytime to nighttime. But Ash decides to go after him during the day. Bayek then fights the horseman, who is more of a boss type character, so that means he's a lot more defensive and he's a lot stronger. So he has different tactics that you have to figure out in order to beat him. We also see that when Bayek is hit with a brutal move, he gets covered in blood, and so does his enemy. Bayek has now found the notes, so he brings them back to Cortesio, completing the quest. Ashraf says this is the level of quality you can expect from all the quests, and that there are hundreds of quests like this, which I hope is true, and that Ashraf isn't just pulling a Todd Howard. We then see Bayek near the end of the demo, having a moment to himself, relaxing and drinking, as the kids from the quest approach him, asking if the bandits are gone, to which Bayek says they are, and he makes a joke about them clubbing people in the head. Cortesio heads off to Memphis with the children, completing the quest, and I imagine that if we visit Memphis later on, we can actually see them in the city, the kids and Cortesio. That completes the demo, and to round off my final thoughts, I am beyond excited, and I hope this game doesn't disappoint because it does have a lot of potential. Also, I love Bayek's character so far. He reminds me of a mix of Altair and Connor, with some hints of Ezio in there, so I can't wait to see more of him. That's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. This has been Brotherhood HQ, signing off. Have a fantastic day.